All right. It's here. It is here. My green screen's not big enough, obviously, um, to get the whole space. So I will probably adjust the webcam at some point to make it, better for that. But it will be great for the actual game action. So here's how it look for that. But yeah, let's do the big checkout of the Switch 2. So, gonna get started in just a few minutes. So, let's because I actually said 12:30 a.m. It's 12 early. It actually came earlier than I anticipated. So, there it is. That's the back side. This is the front side right here, showing that it comes with Mario Kart 2 or Mario Kart 2, Mario Kart World, Mario Kart 2. Well, technically, I guess it could be Mario Kart 2. They never made a Mario Kart 2, so totally possible. That's what I got. Um, got the Switch 2 Pro controller, which, by the way, you can use the OG Pro controller still if you want to. They have confirmed that Switch One accessories work with the Switch 2. And in some cases, for playing the backwards compatible software, you kind of have to. Although most of it should work fine with the new stuff. So, got that. We did get one game, which, of course, if you are aware, at Cyberpunk 2077, which for some reason it's green screening, even though it's yellow. I guess yellow tint might resemble enough. I don't know. Which is kind of weird because the shirt resembles it more and it doesn't pick up on the green screen. This is actually a Cyberpunk shirt, so yeah. Actually, am I? I didn't even check to see if I was actually live right now. I assume I am. It says we're live. Okay, cool. I know I was recording it regardless, so if I wasn't live, well, yeah. And finally, I got a commemorative coin. We got. Is that Jaden? What is up, man? Is that the Jaden? Is that? Let me see. It is. Oh, maybe no. You're no, not the Jaden I'm thinking of. Well, hey, welcome, dude. Welcome. We're about to check this shit out. I thought you were a different Jaden. Actually, no. What is it for? Are you talking about the coin? It's just for knickknack shit. Yes, Jaden Smith. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know you then, but that's cool. Welcome to the stream, man. We're gonna check this shit out. Yeah, let's look at this coin real quick. See, Switch 2. It's just a freebie coin that I got for being part of the pre-order event. I was at Best Buy. Okay. We'll get to the main event here shortly. We're going to start with the game. This is Cyberpunk 2077, the Ultimate Edition. I already had this game on PC, but it's kind of sometimes seeing is believing when it comes to this shit. I'm getting mine soon. Nice. You getting yours in the mail or what? So, if you look closely, the case is still use the red casing just like the original Switch, but they have this big red thing here. I guess that's supposed to make it more apparent that it's not for the original Switch. I guess we'll see if that's gonna be enough. I can totally imagine like some people not realizing that they're buying a game that's just for Switch 2 and is not compatible with the original Switch. I'm actually looking to see if there is anything that says that it is not compatible with the original Switch on the box. I honestly don't see anything. So that might be in person. It's going to be rough. Oh, okay. Well, if they're doing a midnight launch event, it was actually midnight Eastern time. So if you're in a different time zone, they're actually like doing it now. That's how they were in my case, at least at the Best Buy. Otherwise, if you're having to wait till the store opens, and yeah, guess just make sure you get up early. So the cartridges are red instead of being black, like the original Switch. I'm not sure if there's a difference. I got another cartridge for a original Switch game. I'll see if I could tell a difference in person. I'm in Kansas, so there's no stores around me. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Even if they were, they probably weren't running a midnight event. All right, yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, I've got Tears of the Kingdom here versus Cyberpunk. The cartridges are literally the same size, as you can see there. Like literally the same size. Um I mean they look pretty much identical. Uh you know what? Just for the hell of it, I will see if I can insert Cyberpunk into the original Switch. He left. Oh, you're not talking about me, are you? I'm here. Okay. Rebooting my original Switch. I'm just curious. What happens when I try to insert this game into it. What the heck? Oh, that's right. I did a factory reset on the Switch. Shit. You know what? I've got my other Switch. 1 second. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I had my mic muted. So, just like I was saying, uh, when I was muted. The Switch 2 games, when you put them into the Switch 1, it fits in there just fine. But it doesn't give you a message about it being a Switch 2 thing. It just says the card couldn't be read. So, hopefully people will get the hint, but you never know, right? So yeah, but that's Cyberpunk. It does come with this little insert as well. So they, unlike 99% of the companies that put stuff in there, they actually did put a little bit of a thing, not a manual, but they put in a couple of stickers. So you get a couple of cool little stickers. And then they gave a little message here. And then it's got a QR code that you can scan to get some downloads, I guess, for the game. Little bonus stuff. So that's Cyberpunk right there. All right, we're going to be opening up the Pro 2 controller. So, oh yeah, get the stickers off and stuff like that. You can hear me now, right? Okay. It says 5 viewers. You guys can sound off if you're want any questions or whatever. Maybe Albo is there, being all homeless and shit. Jealous. Yeah, cool, man. Awesome. Oh, crap. It's really in there. There we go. USB cable. It's Type C, of course. Just like the original Switch. And here is the controller. Pretty similar to the original. It does have a bit of a different finish. It doesn't have the translucent aspect of the original. It's completely matte. I actually kind of like the way it looks. So just a tiny bit better because I think the translucent looked just a little bit off. It does have an additional button right here on the bottom. That button right there is for the game chat feature, which is new to the Switch 2. It also, which I didn't know this, it has buttons on the back. These are remappable buttons. So, to my knowledge, at least, this is the first official controller that has something like that. The PS4 had the back button attachment that you could get that had a function like that. But this is, as far as I know, this is the first official controller, not a third party controller, that has remappable buttons like that. So that's really cool. The controller buttons and layout and everything like that look basically identical otherwise. You got the C triggers, which it seems like they went just like they did with the original Switch. They're not analog triggers. They are buttons. So might be a little tricky for anybody that likes to make certain games like racing games that rely on the pressure sensitivity. But that's that. All right. And now this is what everybody's been waiting for right here. Right here, we're gonna get it. Okay. Make sure it's not tape there holding that. I'm gonna try to open the box somewhat. Oh, it does have a piece of tape on there. Yeah, it's a good thing I checked. All right, cool. got fancy instructions right there on what to do. Plug it in, set it up. Here is the actual switch system itself. We're going to go ahead and compare it size-wise to the other switches. It's definitely a little bit bigger. Let's go ahead and get the Joy-Cons removed real quick. All right. So these are the original Switch and the Switch OLED. The OLED's the one that's on the left there, and the original's on the right. They're basically identical size-wise, more or less, other than the bezel. We'll put down the original to compare it with the new system. As you can see, there is actually a pretty decent size difference. It's very noticeable. You're not going to mistake it like you could potentially with the OLED versus the original Switch. There's a stack on top of the other. I guess it's approximately an inch wider, roughly overall. Maybe about a half of an inch taller. So pretty cool. They do have the kickstand design like that. Pretty nice. That's versus the OLEDs, which is like this. Also nice. And then the original Switch, which I am actually missing the kickstand piece. It was kind of a shitty kickstand design, so. But yeah, they kept the forward-thinking design. They made it a little bit thinner. But yeah, it still works pretty good. Otherwise, now this Switch does not support the regular micro SD cards. They use a new standard called the micro SD Express, which basically it's the same. Again, might be an issue with consumer confusion, I think, because people might just throw in their original SD cards thinking, hey, it's going to work, and then it doesn't. I think that's entirely possible. So we got the Joy-Cons. Ooh, right away I can tell a huge difference versus the original Joy-Cons. Like they are a bigger size, of course. Like here's the original Switch versus the Switch 2. A little bit taller. Makes sense. The console itself's bigger, so the Joy-Con needs to be a little bit bigger to compensate for that as well. But what I did not expect is the difference in the weight. It's not a huge difference, obviously, in the grand scheme of things, but it's definitely very noticeable the first time. And it feels more premium too, honestly. It does. It feels like there's like a little bit of metal going on here, whereas this does not have that feeling at all. The ZL and ZR buttons are definitely much bigger. So if you're doing single Joy-Con action, probably a little bit more comfortable. Instead of having the slide rail system, see how on the original Switch, I don't know if you can really see it very well. It's got that little ridge that you slid it into place. This does not have that. Instead, it's completely magnetic. Very, very easy to attach. And then to remove. Oh, it's got a button here to clip it off. That's actually really nice. Very cool. Okay. Go ahead and attach the other one. That was really good thinking, Nintendo. Really good thinking. I mean, not that the original setup was bad per se, but I think with like little kids or whatever in particular that aren't careful with their stuff, that I'm sure they probably ruined a few Joy-Cons that way. Which Nintendo can be like, hey, that's extra Joy-Cons we could sell. But so there it is right there. Okay. So I have my download code for Super Mario Kart World. It requires a scratch off, so we'll do that a little later. Get some health and safety instructions, of course. Got our HDMI cable. Hopefully it is a 4K compliant one. I would assume it would be, but I guess we'll find out. Actually, we won't find out tonight on that because I'm going to hook up my capture card and it's only 1080. So that's probably all it's going to pick up. It does, actually does say HDMI ultra high speed on there. So that means that it should work with your 4K TV right out of the box. We do have the Joy-Con straps. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take one of these Joy-Cons off and we'll check the strap out real quick. Just to see how that works. I'm sure it's pretty basic. Okay. So you'll see on the strap, it's got the 4 holes right here. You line up with the 4 here. And then you're just going to press it in, it looks like. Is that right? Am I doing it the right way? Oh, okay. So it has a plus symbol on this here, so you know which side to put it on. So that's how you do the Joy-Con strap. And then you click that button to take it off. So that button releases it from the Switch itself, and it will also release the Joy-Con strap. Very cool. Very cool. It's definitely an improvement in design over the original one too. So yeah, I mean, I know a lot of gamers probably don't care about the single Joy-Con use for something like Mario Kart. It actually works surprisingly well. But it's going to work just a little bit better with these new Joy-Cons, with these new Joy-Con straps. Definitely an improvement in design. Okay. Now, other than that, we do have the new Joy-Con controller. So if you don't buy a Pro controller like me, you will have this as an option. I'm sure it's going to work the same way. Attach the Joy-Con, magnetic clips, press the button, comes right out. Very cool. We've got a C-to-C cable here, which goes with the AC adapter. Okay. Great. There we go. It's a twist tie thing and I'm like going the wrong way, I think. So, you know what? Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. Cord's not terribly long, unfortunately. It's about 4 foot, maybe? Somewhere around there. So, but since it is fortunately C to C, you can use your own cable to address that as you need to. And that just leaves us with the final piece of the puzzle here. The old dock. Right there. Right off the bat, you'll notice it's actually rounded. So they definitely added some nice curvature to it versus the original setup. Let's see here. It's got the snap-off door. Wish that would have been a little bit different, because the door just comes right off, just like it does with the original Switch docks. You've got the plug-in for AC adapter, HDMI, and it does support Ethernet right out of the box, just like the Switch OLED does. So they retain that feature, which the original Switch didn't have that, of course. And then 2 USB ports on the front. So functionally, the features are basically the same as the original, but the dock itself has undergone a new design, of course, and is slightly larger to, again, accommodate for the actual system. I'm actually curious if you can plug the original Switch into it. I don't know why you would, but you never know, right? In case you really need to charge it that badly. Okay. So we're going to hook this bad boy up here. Okay. And we're going to just put it on a quick little screen here. And then when I come back, it'll be after it's hooked up, which it won't take very long. It's only going to take it'll take less than 2 minutes because I got everything pretty quick to access here. Okay, I've got everything hooked up, and we're going to switch input on the TV here. Okay. All right, and let's turn this sucker on. Okay, it's got a light. Here we go. Oh, okay. It wants me to actually hold on a second. It actually wants me to lift up the Switch 2 for some reason. So let's see what that's about. wants me to do it on here first. So let me switch this back. Okay, cool. Don't forget to read your license agreement. Just connecting to the Wi-Fi here. Kind of weird you have to do it. Well, about to download update data. Okay. Wants me to choose the... Okay, yeah, with Nintendo Switch 2, you can play games wherever. Let's plug it back in. I'm just curious if I could do it on here. Okay. Yep, we can now. So, back to that we go. If it comes with like signing into a Nintendo account or some shit like that, I'll probably have to switch off camera again, but otherwise we're good. Yep. Yep, we've already done that. Okay. Gotta download that day one patch. Okay. By the way, I am on the Discord if you want to talk. It's in my link tree. What is up, Born Distracted? We have successfully updated the console. Nintendo servers haven't crashed quite yet. Did you get yours, by the way? Okay. So waiting for it to, I guess, restart. It says it's going to restart. Okay, it's doing something. I seen from over here the screen is lighting up. I wonder if it wants me to pick it up again. No, before it showed it on the screen for me to pick it up. Yeah, that's weird. Let me press a button. Pick yours up in the afternoon. Right on. Dude, just the littlest things are really cool, like the way the Joy-Cons work, man. It's awesome. It's such an improvement on the original design. Let's see. It's almost like a how come they didn't think of that before kind of thing. But yeah, it's lit up, but nothing's on the TV, so it'll be okay, cool. Yeah, for some reason it wanted me to pick it up again. Oh, I got the Mario Kart bundle. In case you missed it, I got that. I got the Switch 2 controller, the Pro controller, and I got Cyberpunk. And then I got a commemorative coin, which was a freebie for the pre-order stuff. So let's go ahead and do the system transfer. I don't have a Express card, so we're not going to worry about that. Sign into Nintendo account. Hopefully it'll let me just do it through. Yes, I can. Sweet. bear with me just a second. Once I find my phone, I can do that QR code action. One streamer complaining that they didn't pack in the code. Oh, the Mario Kart code? No, well, that must have been a mistake from the factory because I got mine. I showed it earlier. I just didn't scratch it off yet. So, just gotta do this QR code stuff. Okay. All right. I had to think for a second if I changed my password or not. I don't think I did. Okay. Confirmation code. Yep. All right, cool. Oh, the code? It was just in the box. It was next to the... It was like right by these instructions here, like the health and safety. So that's where you'll find the code. My floor is a total mess right now. I don't even know where the code is offhand. But yeah. Yeah, I already did a backup transfer from my OLED. That's why I was saying earlier that, oh, I was going to show the OLED off real quick, but no, I had to do a whole system setup, so hopefully it won't take a crazy amount of time for this part. Okay, it wants me to do a code there. Let's see what that says. Yeah. Good old two-factor authentication, baby. Definitely do that stuff. For sure. Alright. Nintendo keeping up with the times, you know. Two-factor authentications and QR codes. And such a crazy, wild world of technology. Okay. Remember, Cyrus was like, oh, excited to watch this. Where's Cyrus at? I don't see him. Actually, he's probably in bed right now. He's either in bed or he's streaming some fucking TurboGrafx. But it's cool because I'm gonna be streaming all day, basically. Yeah. I'm actually wondering what I did with that Mario Kart code. Oh, here it is. Yeah. I'll have to scratch that off so I can punch that in whenever the time comes. Okay. I would have got the physical edition, but, you know, like, it was literally a $30 difference. I would have had to pay an extra $30 just to have a physical cart, which I'm all about physical when possible for consoles, but when the price difference is that much, yeah, I'll go with a download. You know, that's the way I see it personally. It's just the problem is usually physical and digital games are the same price. So yeah, I'm going to get the physical in those situations. Okay. Speaking of which, I misplayed. Okay, I did put it back in. Let's see. I just got the basic bundle with extended warranty and screen protector, then pre-order controller and physical Mario Kart. Okay, that's a pretty good idea. I thought about getting, like, to be honest, like, this probably is going to be my only digital game for a while at least, because like I don't know if I can trust Nintendo to keep the Switch store, the original Switch games online for, you know, very long. Like the Wii U store was up for like what, 10 years? Something like that before they shut it down. Not even. Before they shut the purchases off, and then they shut off the actual downloads later on, I think. Yeah, it's hard to trust them in that situation, which means the 3DS lasted like an extra year. But, you know, I figure Mario Kart it's always going to be on my Nintendo account. So if I ever have to get a new console for some reason, I'm covered on that. Yeah, sounds good. Unfortunately, it wants to do all this downloading. So if you want to get into the console right away, it's probably better not to do the system transfer and do shit manually. But that probably does take you more time overall as well. So something to keep in mind. Like if you got your physical Mario Kart, you want to bust that shit in ASAP and get playing right away, then don't do the system transfer. Just bear in mind you're going to be later on down the road spending more time setting shit up and getting your save game data back and all that other shit. So, a little pro tip there. Okay. The system's going to restart once it's done with the downloads. I probably could have deleted a lot of shit that wasn't that important, and it probably would have sped this part up a little bit. But it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. Okay. I'm actually curious about if anybody else on my list here has gotten their hands on one. If they're streaming or put a video up or anything like that. I'll take a quick look here. Oh, I see Spawn Wave. Spawn Wave, he's showing his shit off. Let's see. Oh, I'm not subscribed to them. Oh, I see. That's the Silver Wings. Silver Wings is already in Mario Kart, it looks like. So he did it the smart way, I'm guessing. But the more expensive way. I'm a cheapskate when it comes to this shit. Okay. I think that's it for people that I'm subscribed to that are streaming. Switch 2 specifically. Yeah. I know a couple other people that were getting the console, but they, I guess they decided not to stream. Or maybe they haven't got theirs yet or something. Tough to say. Okay. I wonder if, whoa, what's going on here? Something happened. Maybe the console's doing its restart. I was under the impression that we still had a few minutes. Okay, nice. Got decent Wi-Fi, so maybe underestimated the speed of the download. I didn't know that about the screenshots and videos. That must have been something they added on later on. They actually added a lot of stuff I noticed to the Switch home menu and stuff like that, like the virtual game cards. Like it really threw me off trying to find all the downloads and shit. You just had to go there, which I mean, it's nice, obviously, but theme color from the source system be carried over. That was the dark theme, of course. Yep. Setup complete. To go to the home menu, press the home button, which we're going to be doing on the Pro controller. I'm still not ready. No, we're ready now. Okay. So, definitely a very familiar layout, but they did change it up just a bit. So, it's downloading my stuff right now that I had from before that. This isn't all of my Switch games. There's some that I hadn't even downloaded yet, but I've got plenty of storage, so I could totally for sure do that. So we're gonna go to the eShop right away because I'm really curious how this loads compared to the original Switch, because the eShop is fucking painful. Honestly, to use on the original Switch, it is so damn slow. Okay. All right. We'll have to do the QR code stuff again. 1 second. Oops, wrong controller. Set that one down. That's the original Switch controller. Okay. All right, so we're signed in. That definitely happened a lot quicker. Look at the sales section, because I'm just looking at this. So much smoother, so much faster. It actually, like, it works like it used to on the original Switch when there was only like 10 games. It's actually smoothly transitioning everything like it's supposed to. So that's really nice. Let's just tap on something, see how it loads. That's coming out, by the way, Yooka-Laylee.
Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
You might want to buy a whole bunch of copies of this game here so they don't go bankrupt, because apparently the studio's apparently having financial troubles. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, that works really nice. Okay. So now it's time for some code entering action, which means I am going to temporarily switch to my webcam so I can enter that Mario Kart code in relative safety. Okay, that's not a good sign. Said code was invalid. Okay, that's not good. Let's make sure I didn't screw up something on my end. Oh, I totally did, actually. Whoops. Okay, let's fix that then. Ah, yes. Okay, perfect. Perfect. That's what it was. I messed up a letter. Okay. Let's redeem that shit. This may take a moment. Okay. So we got our Mario Kart download showing us the virtual card stuff. It's downloading that. I wonder if there's a way I can prioritize the download for it. Let's see. I don't know. But we got the Switch Online, of course. Got to go on there, of course. Get the GameCube online, because that'll finally be available. Okay. Now this menu worked just fine on the original Switch, so I don't anticipate there can be any major issues here. Looks like they do have a limited time event for Mario Kart, of course. This is their new reward system, because I guess they got rid of the other Nintendo awards they were doing. Okay, they got one for GameCube as well. Let's look at that. Oh. Oh, it's not showing me what the event is. It just... Okay, whatever. Okay, well, let's get the GameCube queued up here. They've only got 3 games to start off with: Wind Waker, F-Zero, and Soul Calibur. They're starting off strong for 3 games. I do hope they will have some Smash Brothers Melee, some Metroid Prime action. I know they're probably going to hold off on Metroid Prime just because they had the Switch remaster. Get that downloaded. Cool. All right. Yeah, it does specify only Switch 2 can play those. Okay. I've had the Switch since the original Switch launch, but I've only been a member for 4 years and 3 months and 10 days, is what it says, which is kind of weird. It specifies that because I don't think I've ever bought anything besides the yearly memberships. So that's kind of weird. Unless you're counting that first initial period of the Switch where the online was free for a while, they might be. It's possible. So yeah. Cool. Let's go ahead and insert a game. We're not going to be playing anything really tonight, guys, by the way. Because I need to make sure I'm up fresh and at 'em in the morning time. This is more just checking out the actual console. We're going to put in Cyberpunk real quick. See if it has an update and needs to download and stuff. That concerned me for a second, seeing the cannot read. I guess it's good though. Okay, let's see if it's got the update. Okay, yep, got a day 1 patch for Cyberpunk. We're going to insert Tears of the Kingdom now. I'm going to see what the process is for getting the Switch 2 edition of that. So I'm going to take Cyberpunk out so it can do its download. Okay. I don't know why I keep putting the headphones on every time. I don't even know why I'm wearing them, to be honest, because the sound's coming from the TV. So let's do that. It's doing its software update as well. Okay. So I'll have to check. I'm going to check the Switch Online again. I'm not sure how the Switch 2 edition stuff's supposed to work. It's got the expansion pack, so we'll check that. Upgrade to Switch 2 edition. Upgrade pack details. Okay. So, Tears of the Kingdom. Okay. So, if you don't have this expansion pack, this is where you'd go on the right side to purchase it.
On the Nintendo Switch 2
but
system.
if you have the expansion pack, you have just a download
Legend
option.
Of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and
the thing I
Legend of
don't
Zelda,
know for
Tears
sure
of the Kingdom
is
games
if
will
you
both have
perpetually
Nintendo Switch
keep
2
that upgrade
editions.
pack, or if
Jump back
your
into the adventure,
subscription
now with
elapses,
enhanced
if it's going to go
resolution
away.
and
I guess that's
frame
something we'll find out in a year. But I'm going to redeem it for now. All right, cool. All right. As far as I know, I don't have Breath of the Wild anymore. But yeah. Now, I don't know if those are the only games that are free with the upgrade packs. I'm not entirely sure. Now, this right here, I wasn't sure exactly, because I couldn't get these downloaded on my original Switch, this one here. For some reason, I just couldn't find it. But yeah, okay. Let's get that too. So I could play like Perfect Dark and stuff like that on here. I don't know why I would, honestly, because I could play that on my Xbox. It's a better version of the game, you know, honestly, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll check out Shadow Man and Turok, though. Even though technically I have Turok on PC, so I'm like, I don't know why I'd play that on here either. I guess I'll check out Shadow Man one of these times. Let's see. Oh, I guess I only had a couple of game saves backed up. That's weird. Huh. Oh, shit. Oh, that's because it's downloading all my stuff from the... Okay. That must have been a separate backup I did from before. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, well, like this, like I said, this menu worked just fine. But the eShop, so much better. So much better. How do I... Is there a way I can reliably look at the download progress of this shit? Like, see what's downloading right now? Which I understand Alien Isolation allegedly is a game that does not work on the Switch 2. It's actually one of the games that was listed on there. So I might check that out at some point in the near future to see what kind of state it's in. But the Switch version of that game is actually really good. So if you don't have like... Or if you wanted to play it portably, or if you just don't have another console that was released on, you're still going to get a really good experience on it. Digital Foundry actually did a video on it, comparing it with the PS4 version. It was actually better than the PS4 version in some regards. But obviously it came out a lot later, so yeah. I guess they could have used some techniques that enhanced the quality of it over time. I can't... Okay, so it's downloading the Tears of the Kingdom right now. Yeah, I really don't know what they're doing to prioritize the downloads. But, okay. Yeah, download speeds kind of suck for Nintendo, don't they? Could be my Wi-Fi too. You know, I'm going to take a look at the Wi-Fi real quick. Let's see if it'll let me connect to the higher speed Wi-Fi that I have. Let's see. No, it doesn't show up the 5G or whatever. I guess with the way it's set up, though, I don't even know. Is it? Let me check this change settings here. Okay. Yeah, I wish there was a way I could check the speed of it. I could do test connection, see what it's getting. I did see 5 gigahertz, so it is the 5G standard it's connected to. Yeah, we'll see what it says. Okay. Yeah, it's actually got pretty good speed. It's just their servers suck. Go figure. Yeah, to check the download status, go to the home menu. Well, that's where I'm at. All I see is that bar where you can barely see what's on the bar. It looks like about close to halfway now, I guess. Let's see the virtual game cards. Let's look at that. Let's see. Wait, is Mario Kart downloaded? No, it's not. Let's see, download options. Yeah, let's select download this software. Okay, so there is a way you can prioritize a download. All right, cool. Yeah, honestly, it makes more sense to download the new game as opposed to the game that I've played before. Okay, so if anybody has anything they'd like me to prioritize, you can hop in the Discord if you want to talk or whatever. Got 7 viewers currently. All you guys always freaking... What's what we got here? Hey, did you get the bundle Switch? Yes, I did, Kasson. Or Kason, I guess. How's it going there? Yep. Got my Mario Kart download. I've already redeemed it. I think Born Distracted, was it him that said that somebody didn't get their code? You know, I guess it's possible. Yeah. I thought about getting just a regular one and buying the game physically. I would be playing it right now if I did that, obviously, but $30 difference. That's a hard pill to swallow. If it was like a $10 difference, I would have got the physical, even if it was 20. But I don't know. 30 is just a huge difference to me. My Mario Kart isn't downloading because it's not released yet. That's weird. If you got the error message like I did, you could tap on the thing and then you go to download options and you have an option for download this software first. You could try to do that. That's what I just did. Because it's, I guess Nintendo just downloads whatever first, and it was wanting to download the Tears of the Kingdom upgrade pack stuff first. Go figure. Which is actually a pretty sizable download apparently, so. I don't even know what this Bury Me My Love game is. I have no idea. For that game. Let's look it up on the eShop, because I have no clue how I even got that game on my system. Let's see. I just want to look at it real quick. It didn't look like something I would even play. There it is. Okay, let's look at it real quick. It was that Game Explain guy. Oh, he didn't get his code. That's weird. Okay. Here he goes. Watch the video of this game. It's only $4.99. Okay. I wonder if this was a game that I got a review code for. And I never played it. It's possible. There was a couple of games like that. I used to do review codes. Let's see, we have to get ours through the eShop, not through a code, weirdly. Yeah, I had to go to the eShop, and then there was like a redeem code, and that's where I punched it in. Nintendo Switch 2 equals Rock Away. I'm going home to play my Switch 1. Awesome. The Switch 1's a little outdated, but still a ton of killer games. You know, you can't go wrong with the Switch 1. I mean, I've got both the OG and the OLED. Definitely, for sure. They both work too. Although the OG I'm missing the kickstand for. There's a shitty kickstand design. Yeah, that really sucks, Kasson. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you could try to restart your console or something like that. And then you might also check on your time zone settings that you set up on the console, because if you have them set up wrong, it might think that you're trying to do it before the game came out or something like that. And that could be an issue, possibly. But yeah, I was able to download mine just fine, yeah. I don't know. I guess I could check this game out at some point. I honestly don't know how I got it. I hope I didn't pay money for it. But if I did, that money's long gone. Anyways. Yeah, a little outdated. Yeah, just a little bit. You know, it's a console that came out 8 years ago that had hardware that was already like 3 years old when it came out. But hey, I mean, they did some pretty good games on the Switch. I mean, games like Mario Odyssey, that was a first year title too. That game was beautiful for its time. Shit, man. I mean, that's still probably one of the best looking games on the console. That was the first year it came out. Oh yeah, they got that Fast Fusion. Let's look at that real quick. Recent releases. Let's look at this here. Yeah, Deltarune, that just came out. Rune Factory. I actually was going to try to buy a copy of that tonight, but apparently Best Buy didn't even get any copies. I didn't pre-order it. So that's kind of interesting. This Mobile Suit Gundam. Let's see. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Now, if I go to the listing for Mario Kart, okay, so it does specify Nintendo Switch 2 on there. So I wonder if Nintendo was smart about it, they would make it to where the Switch 2 only games wouldn't even show up on the Switch 1 eShop. But they're Nintendo. They probably won't do that. Let's see. Most of these games are probably still for the original Switch. I think Rune Factory is also, but they had a Switch 2 version. That was supposed to come with it. I wonder if that's what the issue was. Maybe Best Buy got it for Switch 1, but not Switch 2.
Demons wield the...
Let's see, you got Onimusha 2. So yeah, for the Switch 2, it just says supported. Consistent with, yeah. So they have Fortnite ready to go. You got a separate download for Lego Fortnite. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. There's a welcome tour. I am not spending $10 on this shit. This should be free with the console.
Hello. My current location is actually inside the game itself. This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. I'm standing over here. Okay, everyone, join me inside the game. There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers...
Oh, man. They actually are selling that shit to people. Fast Fusion. Now, normally, when it comes to consoles, I don't do downloads anymore, really. Not like this. I might make an exception for this game just because this is a true exclusive to the console, and they never released Fast RMX on anything else besides the original Switch. So I might consider getting this. But this is a pretty cool racing series. We'll take a look at the video on it.
Fast Fusion.
The video looks really nice. I might consider getting this one. $15 is a pretty fair price for a download. Supports 4-player split screen. It's got the game share feature. Pretty cool. Make vehicles? Nice. Nice. We might consider that. Let's see. There's a Bravely Default. This one's a hard pass, honestly. I mean, I love JRPGs, but there ain't no freaking reason why this could not have been on the original Switch. This game, like, they barely did anything. They didn't even put a video. There's not a preview video. They only have still screenshots. I mean, it looks like all they did was up-res the DS game. It's a very low-effort game. And they're charging $40, and then the physical copy is one of those game key cards now. That's a game that I can't support out of principle. Let's see. Yakuza 0, that's one I really wanted to get, but it's a game key card. Again, I mean, almost everything is. Split Fiction doesn't even give you a game key card to give you a download code. That one I sort of understand because of the way Split Fiction works. With the way it works. But, you know, actually because they have the download. Okay, I'm going to click continue here real quick. I'm not sure. Okay. They're supposed to have, with the way Split Fiction works, only one person has to actually own the game. The other person can download like a free thing, which I need to see how you find that. Because I'm not seeing that on here. Oh, look at this. Hentei games. Hentei Stars. Perfect for a Nintendo Switch. Perfect. Narcissus. What's this? It's only $2. Honestly, it's a game I would probably dig. Because it's like freaking Aliens meets like Hotline Miami. That's pretty cool. But like most of those kind of games, I do that shit on fucking PC. The Last Ninja? Oh, this is like the old Commodore game or whatever. Yeah, those games sucked. Deltarune, of course. They have it on Steam also. But yeah, we got it on the Switch. You could buy the Switch 2 edition of Tears of the Kingdom. I don't need to do that shit, though. I got No Man's Sky for the Switch, too. I was actually surprised the first game was on there. Or on the first Switch, rather. For some reason, the Switch 2 edition of Fantasy Life has a really weird... What the fuck? $2.59? Why? What the fuck? Either don't charge or charge a flat fucking price. You know, shit. What's up with this $2? There has to be a fucking reason why they're charging that amount for the game. There has to be a reason. There has to be a story behind that specific price point. I don't get it, but whatever. Street Fighter 6. So if you didn't want to buy the key card version, which is $60, and has the year 1 and 2, you can get just the base game for $40 off the eShop. So something to consider there. Civilization 7, which I had no idea they even released that on the Switch. But they have a Switch 2 edition also. And yes, they are charging the $10 for the upgrade pack. Even though, if I'm not mistaken, let's look up the original Switch here real quick. I'm going to look at the eShop. So I'm pretty sure that they charge you $70 for the game for the Switch anyways. I might be wrong. All right. I don't even have the freaking internet set up on this one. Give me a second. Let's see. Survival Kids. I have no idea what this is. I've never even heard of it. It says published by Konami though. No video playback. Does it even have a description? Okay, here we go. Huh. I mean, it looks like it could be a decent game. It's one of those survival crafting kind of games that I don't really give a shit about, but looks like it has potential. Yeah, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S. I wasn't really sure if this was different from the other Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. Really wasn't sure about that. Yeah, Kinitsugami. Let's look at the trailer on that real quick while I'm getting this sorted out. I think this was on PS5 and Series X originally, PC. He wasn't on the original Switch or the PS4. Okay, this will update. I didn't realize I didn't have a system updated. Oh, they got the mouse control functionality. Nice. Well, that's something I didn't even test. You think they will make a Switch 2 Pokemon? Oh, they will for sure. Although the new Pokemon game coming out, it's going to be on both. But I imagine after that one comes out, the next Pokemon game that comes out is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive. Most likely. Maybe. Maybe. I guess we'll have to see. Let's see. Digging a Hole 2025. There is some wild shit on the eShop, which if you want to look at it, at least with the Switch 2, it works a lot better. The eShop experience. Like, it is so much faster. It's crazy. But so much garbage on here, man. I'm looking at Hente dating stories. I'm sure they have it to where you can't at least show like any nudity on the actual eShop listing. Let's see, does it have a rating listed here? T for teen. Okay. How does that work? How do you have a hentai game that's T for teen? Oh, geez. Yeah. This is wild shit, man. Okay. So I wonder if there's like a way to look at Switch 2 specific stuff. That they have Ridge Racer coming out. This is ridiculous here. $16.99 for arcade Ridge Racer. That's insane, in my opinion. I think that's way too much for one of these arcade releases. I mean, if I was to buy something like that, I would very well expect that it's going to be like perfect emulation. And have some nice bells and whistles to it. I wonder if it says anything about this here. Okay, it does support variable refresh rate. Interesting. I didn't know they had a Ridge Racer for the original Switch. Okay. Yeah, good guy Namco. Hey, we'll give you a discount on this shit that you already bought. We got Nobunaga's Ambition for the Switch. Classic RTS series. I remember playing some of these from back in the Super Nintendo and NES days. Definitely not for the faint of heart. Let's see what else we got. That's okay. They also got the whole set. Buy all the DLC. Let's see what else we've got coming out for the Switch 2. So all these games apparently are coming out today, like later on today. This is insane. Then after that, the next Switch 2 game we got coming out is Raidu Remastered, which that's going to be releasing on the 19th. So you got to wait about 2 weeks for that one. I'm not familiar with these games at all. Let's look at the trailer.
Go, Raido! Devil's Bane.
But here, in the Taisho era, we're the only detectives that specialize in that sort of thing.
So far, I'm not seeing
Yes, this is
anything
the
that
Narumi
says,
Detective
hey,
Agency.
we can't release this on the original Switch. We have to have the horsepower of the
Righto.
Switch 2.
Got a case. Let's roll.
Let's go. Now. Good.
The Dark Realm is like a junction between the real world and the netherworld.
Bravo, detective. Or
It
should I
looks
say,
Persona-ish,
Devil
but I guess
Summoner.
it's not. But it's
Raido
Atlas.
Kuzunoha.
You may call me Goto. Take it easy. That's my motto. I'd go, but it's easier for you anyway.
Hello there, Mr. Narumi. And listen to me for a minute, okay?
So, I ask, are you prepared to lead the life of a devil summoner? Come forth.
I don't know. Oh, it is come for the original Switch also. Okay. Why was it not showing? Oh, okay, I see. It was showing. Okay, they have separate packages. At least they're not charging you a tax to get the better version of it. Actually, I want to look at this here and see if it says anything about if you get the Switch 2. I'm curious about that. Like, what if somebody has the original Switch, they buy this game on the eShop? Will they automatically be entitled to the Switch 2 version? Or I wonder how that works. Okay. And trying to see when the next... This doesn't even say Switch 2, it just says Switch. It'll work with the Switch 2, but this is a game you definitely would want to have that quality difference. And then we got Donkey Kong. That's the next big release, about a month later. That's one I want to play for sure. Right here. This one looks pretty sweet. I remember people getting upset about Donkey Kong because he's got overalls now. Yeah, I like how he's got the ability to like break into the ground and shit like that. That's gonna be really cool. I could see a lot of cool gameplay. Hey, it's basically Donkey Kong meets like Red Faction. Remember that game on the PS2? I wonder how useful, how expansive the mechanics go. Imagine there's stuff that you're not gonna be able to break. Gonna have a little bit of 2D action as well. You know, when you think about it, like, Donkey Kong's never really had an actually good 3D platformer. I know there's people that love Donkey Kong 64, but like, the game's kind of garbage. That was like arguably the worst game Rare released on the N64. And Rare released a lot of good games on the N64. That one was like, wow, okay. But that one looks like it could be good. Looks pretty solid. What's a Shadow Labyrinth? I wonder what that is. Okay, it's a looks like an indie style 2D game. It's Namco, okay. Then we got the Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV. They don't have that ready right now. You gotta wait for that shit. Okay, got Madden coming. I'm curious about how that's gonna look on the Switch. Seems like EA's making a lot more serious effort with this system than they did with the original Switch, where they pretty much tried to ignore it, and they're like forced into supporting it little by little when they realize, oh shit, our investors are asking us, why aren't we releasing games on the Switch? That game's selling like crazy. Now they're getting the hint. They're getting the hint. So, I'm sure there's gonna be more games in between, but we got the next Pokemon game in October, Pokemon Legends CA. Which I guess we'll see how those games will compare, but I'm sure if it's like the other Pokemon games on the Switch, you're going to probably have a lot better experience on the Switch too. They're saying Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is 2025, but they're not saying when. So either it's not coming out this year or it'll come out towards the tail end. But yeah, this was one of the main reasons I wanted to Switch too. Okay. So let's see if anything's finished downloading. Mario Kart should be by now, right? It still wasn't finished. It's almost finished. It's almost finished. But that's okay, because like we're going to be starting this one tomorrow morning. Let's see, it's about 1:24. I'm going to try to get up 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I'm only getting like 5 hours of sleep. Because because I've got FedEx is supposed to be delivering the other Switch 2 I ordered, the one I'm giving to my friend Brian. And I don't want to miss that, especially given that I have a neighbor that likes to steal packages. I actually caught them stealing a package last week from my thing there. Had to get a police report done. I didn't file charges, but I did put a cat event police report on them. And I let the landlord know too. So I got the video on my Ring bell on my phone. It was kind of funny because like the first package they stole, it was all from the same shipment. They stopped for a second and turned around and decided to get it. Then the second one, which was like about an hour later, they just did they were trying to be all slick and just swoop in off camera to grab it so that it would look like that they already had it in their hand. But you know, she's a dumb bitch, obviously, because she's walked by my door many a time and has seen my Ring doorbell. Fortunately, it wasn't anything important. And Amazon, they replaced the ship. That's the only reason I didn't press charges, because I didn't want to, you know, I don't want to have to deal with that hassle of that shit. What if I have to be there to like put in like a witness statement and all this shit and go to court? I don't want to go through that shit, you know. But if she stole a Switch 2, you bet your ass that the police will be on her then. So that's why I have to go to bed early, so I can be up early for all that stuff. So I thank you guys very much for checking this out. Here in about, let's see, I know I posted in time approximately 9 a.m. is when I'm starting to stream Mario Kart. It might be a little bit earlier than that, because about 1:30 for me. It might be like 8:30ish possibly, because I'm gonna get up, do the morning routine, make the coffee, make me a nice little smoothie for breakfast with some healthy shit. Probably use the restroom, and then we're gonna be getting this shit set up. So hope to see you guys there. That's gonna be the last line.